Hello friends, welcome to Science with me. My name is Dr. Erica and we have been doing a lot of fun in the Tinkercad Circuits world, making some circuits and then making them in real life. Now today we are going to do something new. We are going to use an LCD display. So if you come up to your components, even if you have BASIC in there, we can go to the search box and we can search for LCD and you will see this LCD 16 by 2 come up and we can pull that out. Now the 16 by 2 tells us that we have 2 lines and 16 characters in each line. So I can't really write supercalifragilisticexpialidocious on one line because that's more than 16 characters. But I could have it right partially on one line and then on the next line if I wanted to. And when we program this, we can program what line 1 is and what line 2 says. And you have to sort of, if you want to, you can write a centering portion to your loop, but often you can also just add spaces to center those letters. And that is how we're going to do it. So as with everything, let's take a look at this new LCD display because it's new. Let's check out the pins of what we have. So there's 16 pins on this, and the first 2 pins are the pins that give it power. So we have ground, and we have, it's literally called power, or VCC if you have this in your circuit kit. So this is going to go to ground when we wire it. This will go to our 5 volts. And then this one is contrast, this V0. Now our contrast is going to show us how much of backlighting we have on this when the screen is on. So like how bright is that green backlight on our black text. And the way that we can control that contrast is through the use of a potentiometer. And if you haven't done some of our other videos, the potentiometer is like a variable resistor that you can turn the knob and change it on the fly. So this is going to go basically to ground and 5 volts through a potentiometer that will change it to change this contrast. Now this RS is our register select. That will basically tell us, are we doing characters or commands? And that's really important because our little LCD display needs to know, am I writing what you're telling me, or am I using it to either erase something, which would be a command, erase all, or am I using it for, to write hello world? So that's your register select. So that will go into our Arduino, and that's either going to be 0 or 1. So our Arduino will either put out a low or a high, depending on if it's putting out a command for it or some characters for it. Now this RW is our read write. And this is, if you want to read what's on the LCD screen and put it back into the Arduino, you would put it, to one level, 0 or 1. And if you wanted to write to it, which would be the Arduino saying, put these characters on it, that would be the write one, which would be another one. Now, write is low, so it's the 0. And for our stuff, if we're writing hello world on here, we're only going to need to do the write. So we're actually just going to hook it straight into the ground. E is our enable, so that also toggles between 0 and 1. You'll notice there's a lot of toggling between 0 and 1 here. And that is whether or not our LCD is going to be enabled or not. And then these guys are all of our data. These are the data pins that we have that's how we write our data to the screen. And then we have these LEDs, the anode and the cathode, which is the LED that does the contrast. So this is our backlighting LEDs. We also have to power the LED, and then it gets the power amount changes through this V0 of the contrast. All right, so now that we've taken a tour of that, let us get started. So we're going to put out a breadboard here, and we should be able to just pin this straight into the breadboard. If you're kind of worried, it sort of will automatically lock into that breadboard for you, which is nice because now if I move the whole breadboard around, it moves with it. And then of course I'm going to bring out my Arduino Uno, and I'm going to, I'm going to rotate it all the way around like this, and I'm going to put it up here. So now I sort of have this beautiful thing. It'll be a lot easier for me to wire things up. I'm going to wire my ground of my Arduino right on in to the ground of my breadboard and color that black like usual. We always want to keep our black and reds together. I am going to come out of my 5 volts of my Arduino, which is up on that power rail. So if you don't see it, that's because you've got to come up a little bit. And that one I'm going to color red. That's on the top in that power rail area. So this is going to give me power. And in fact, I can immediately start connecting. Here is my ground. Let's color that black. And my VCC is my power. So that's going to go straight into here, which will be colored red. And then we mentioned that my V0 needs to go through a potentiometer to control that contrast. So what we can do is, let's maybe rotate this around so you guys can see the wiring of it really nicely. And so one side is going to be hooked into the power, into 5 volts. The other side will be hooked straight into ground. And then my wiper, the part that takes that variable resistance, is going to come and go over here. So I'm going to actually pop it up a little bit so you guys can see that a little bit nicer. And we don't want to color that black or red, so we'll give it a new color, maybe turquoise. All right, so let's wire up our backlit LED that uses this, but we also want it to be ready to get some power. So the anode can go straight to power, and that means we'll color it red. And then we can go through a resistor into the ground. So here is my cathode, and I can make this guy go just like that. So that powers the LED, and this will change the brightness of the LED. All right, so our LED is all powered up. Now I mentioned that we are only writing to our screen. So our read-write is always low, which means I can connect that into ground and color it black. Okay, so now I've got these guys right here. These are my data pins, and I don't need all of my data pins to do what I'm doing here. And we will wire up just 4 of them. And we can wire them up sort of right into my Arduino pins. I'm gonna wire them up into 2 to start. And let's see, let's go, we'll sort of make a rainbow. This one can go into pin 3. And we'll color a different color so that we sort of can tell the pieces apart. This one's gonna go into 4. Like that. And this one will go into 5. And we want to make sure we don't plug it into our ground rails. And let's give this one a new color. Maybe not turquoise because I already have turquoise going on there. So we'll color that one green. All right, these 4 pins of data I don't actually need. So I need to still wire up my enable and my register select. And I can just wire up my enable into pin 6. Let's see, let's pause it right there. There we go. That can go into pin 6. And my register select can go into pin 7. Just like that. And we'll choose a new color for that. So now I am all wired up, and we are going to want to write some code. So we can come over here in the code. We can't do this with the Blocky programming. So what you're going to want to do is do just the text, and it'll ask you if you want to get rid of what's in your Blocky coding, and we will need to hit continue to do that. And it brings over some code that was originally there, and you can just come over here and delete that code that's there. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to include something called a library, because it takes a whole lot of programming to use this LCD and for the LCD display to know what's going on. And we could rewrite all that, or we could actually just use a library, which is basically sort of the dictionary on how to use this LCD display. And these are available online, and they usually come in your Arduino IDE packs if you're using Arduino IDE to program your Arduino. So it's pretty easy to use. And the way that you use a library is you use #include, which is going to tell it what library to use. And we want to use the library called Liquid Crystal. So we put this in these little arrows, and we'll write liquid crystal.h with another little arrow. Now there's no semicolon on that, and that's really important. So I'm going to write just a note that says include the libraries we need for special parts, because that will come up later for different special parts. We'll have to include different libraries. All right, so now let's do the fun part. We're gonna tell it what to write. And so that's a char instead of an integer. It's a character, which we call char. And let's just call this sort of my text. And we'll call it my text 1. So if we want to do line 1 and line 2, we could do that. And we'll put these open parentheses, and that's going to equal, and then what we are writing here needs to be in quotations. All right, and this is whatever you want to be on line 1. So let's say hello world. just like that. And then you're going to put your semicolon on the end. And if you wanted a second line, you could write my text 2. You could have your brackets there and maybe say who it's by Dr. Erica. And hello world is sort of a famous thing that we do to look at if a program is running. That's usually the first thing that we do to run a program, so it's kind of fun. All right, now we are going to sort of define our LED pins. So I'm going to write define LED, or the liquid crystal, the LCD pins. And the way that this goes with the library that we're using is you're going to basically write liquid crystal, and then you're going to have in a space with LCD, and you'll have an open parentheses, and the way it goes is it's going to be whatever is pinned into your register select, and then whatever number your pin for enable, and then whatever pin you have for your 4th data bit, and then your 6th data bit, I believe, and then your 7th, data bit. And then that will be our line of code. So if we look at that, we will get our register select here. If we come over here and look, that's in pin 7, right there. Our enable is in pin 6. Our DB4 is in pin 5. So you'll notice I'm sort of just going down. Our DB5 is in pin 4. Oh, our DB, I think we need just DB6. But I think we put all the DBs in here, so let's put them all in there. So we'll do 5, 4, 3, and 2. We just skipped DB5 up here. We need to write that in there. Just like that. All right, so here is all of our pins. I'm gonna add a space here so it looks nice. And don't forget that semicolon at the end. So this is where all of our data is coming in. These 4 pins right here, and then we've got our register select and our enable in these 2 pins. All right, so in our loop, if we had wanted to change the text, we could cycle through it and put a delay and it will sort of loop through that text. But we can really actually put everything we want. If we just want to display hello world, we can put that all in setup because it'll just stay on in that spot. So in our setup loop, we are going to initiate our LCD. We're going to tell it to start up, and that is done by lcd.begin. All right, that kind of makes sense because we're beginning it, but we need to tell it what kind of LCD we have. How big is this LCD? And the one that we have is 16 characters by 2 rows. So you'll write 16 by 2 so that the library knows where to look for how big that size is. And then what we're going to do is we are going to tell it where to go for the cursor. And you can do that by lcd.setCursor, like that. And we will set our cursor to 0, 0 with a colon there, and this cursor should be capitalized. You'll notice we're using this LCD dot, and that is what's getting called from that liquid crystal library right there. So that's how we're using that library in this. All right, so we'll set our cursor to 0, 0, which is sort of this top left-hand corner spot. You could set it to anywhere you wanted to and have it start writing from there, but it just sort of makes sense to write it from this top left. And then we are going to print something, right? We want it to say hello world. So we'll say LCD print. So again, not necessarily all that new, and we'll call this my text 1. That's what we want it to print, my text 1. And we'll put our semicolon on the end, never forget those. And now we can go to the next line, LCD set cursor. Oops, we need a dot there, set cursor. And we'll go to 0, 1. So this is the next line all the way in the left. So 0, 0 is right here, and 0, 1 would be 1 line down. And I could do lcd.print and my text 2. And so that should print the Dr. Erica stuff that we have on there. All right, and then we can see how this works when we plug it in. So we come up here and we would start our simulation. It'll tell us if we have anything that happened wrong right here. It would show up red, and that's where we could use the serial monitor to troubleshoot. Now, it plugged in, the code went, but I don't see anything. And what you want to do is you want to sort of play with this, and I'm not seeing it come on. So we need to troubleshoot our circuit a little bit. So we'll stop our simulation and let's check our wiring real fast. Now the first thing I'm going to check is how big this guy is, because I'm realizing I didn't see anything happen when this started up. So let's see if it's this potentiometer. If this potentiometer is too big or too small, I won't see anything. So let's take a look at that. We can click on this. It's 250 kilo ohms. That seems a little bit big. We could maybe set that to 2 or 3 kilo ohms, and let's see if that changes it for us. I still don't see it. And there it is. So it was just way too high for us, but you'll notice that as I sort of move this around, it changes the contrast between these two, which is why that pin is called contrast. But you have to be in the right ballpark for the contrast. So when I'm over here, I don't see anything. And so that will fix that for us. And then we have this lovely little program. Now, if I wanted to center this, I could just add a couple spaces. So I could stop my simulation and I could add just 2 spaces. It's going to read those spaces and that sort of centers it. You'll notice with Hello World, I can't actually, I have 2 empty spots here and 3 empty spots over here. I could do 2 spaces on Dr. Erica and that will center that one with 2 on each side. Just like that. So this is our fun and easy way to get an LCD wired up for you guys. I'm so glad you joined us. In some of our future projects, we'll be doing things to display some great text, maybe along with a song or some other sort of project. If we do like a Harry Potter thing, we could display what house you're in, which could be fun. There's all sorts of things you can do with these LCD displays. And now that we've done it, all you need to really do is include this library. That's something that's pretty new for us in our programming right now. But the wiring is not as scary as it might seem with 16 pins coming out. All right, we will see you next time, my friends. Thank you so much for joining us and have a great afternoon.